Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Simnaya Online. Sim, hope you are great. So, seeing video of Trump allowing Qatar to build Air Force facility in Idaho to house Qatari troops. And I am going to ask, Qatar does not have base on their own soil. So how come they actually rely on United States of America to protect them from Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the other external forces. Let me use that word. So how come they are building base in United States, Idaho? Some people actually do not get it, but wait, it's coming. I am very sure that my people actually get it. This is worse than it sounds. Those foreign troops are for helping Trump occupy America without congressional or state approval. But who am I to speak on what is going on in United States? Like some people will tell me, who are you to talk? But as you and I can see, it is actually getting bad on daily basis. I really do not have, no, the worst part is that everything is crashing. The stock market economy is going, but life is just hard as it stands. And I am going to ask again, how great is America? The worst part is that the people that did not know how this man got into office are also facing challenges. Let's get into this video.
No one other than President Trump could have achieved the peace that we believe will be a lasting peace in Gaza, and Qatar played a substantial role from the beginning, working with our folks to ensure that came about. So I want to thank you for that historic peace. We look forward to joining the president as that gets, it's already been delivered, but as that's formally signed as well. And I'm also proud that today we're announcing, we're signing a letter of acceptance to build a Qatar-Idaho Air Force facility at the Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho. The location will be host a contingent of Qatari F-15s and pilots to enhance our combined training, increase lethality, interoperability. It's just another example of our partnership. And I hope you know, Your Excellency, that you can count on us to build a Qatari-Idaho Air Force facility at the Mountain Home Air Base.
Oh, this ought to be good. Okay, MAGA supporters, 3 seconds. How are you going to spend it? How are you going to spend this one to make Trump look good? How? Well, he's putting a military base of another foreign country in America because they didn't give him the Nobel Peace Prize. Is that the one you're going to go with? Because that's going to be flimsy too. How are you going to spend this? How? They gave him a plane, and now he's letting them build an Air Force base in America, in Idaho, of all places. Come on, how y'all gonna spend it? I cannot wait for this one. I can't. The hilarity of watching you guys turn yourselves into garlic pretzel knots is going to be the greatest thing that I do all year. How are you going to spin it? How are you going to justify it? I mean, this should be an alley-oop for you guys, right? I mean, you excused away his 34 felonies. You excused away the grape allegations. You excused away the Epstein files. You excused away the friendship between Jeffrey Epstein and your boy. Y'all have excused away everything. So how are you going to excuse away this one? A Qatari Air Force base being built in Idaho. Y'all will defend anything that man does. Let's see you defend this one. Where are all you Mom Donnie haters that y'all couldn't keep 9/11 out of your fucking throat because a democratic socialist Muslim man is running for mayor of New York City? Please tell me you have something for this. Please. Because I ain't like y'all motherfucking asses either. Please tell me y'all got something for this. Someone send this to that big head motherfucker, Jared, aka Muscles and Nursing. Tell him to defend that. All you black MAGAs, how you gonna justify this one? A foreign country's Air Force base is going to be in Idaho. Oh, and they also gave him money to build golf courses. How y'all gonna justify this? Some of y'all are losing your federal jobs because you voted for this motherfucker. Some of y'all cannot afford groceries because you voted for this motherfucker. You made every excuse for him over and over and over and over. He was making America great. America first, America first. We have a foreign country building an Air Force base in the United States. The same foreign country that gave him, the American taxpayers paid for his plane that he's going to be using. It's not going into a presidential library. They are giving him money to build a goddamn golf course. And now they have their Air Force in America. Go look on a map. Look where Qatar is and look where America is. Give me a reason why there would be a foreign entity's Air Force in the United States. Whose interests are best served to have Qatari Air Force in the United States? If you're still on that MAGA train, you are a traitor. I don't care. I don't really give a fuck. I don't care. If you were in the military and you still support this motherfucker, you are a traitor. You are a betrayer of your oath. I don't care. Won't be hearing any of it. I genuinely won't. I will hear none of it. Because if you still support Donald Trump and you still support the MAGA movement, then you support this man grifting from the country of Qatar a plane, money for a golf course, and now a foreign entity having an Air Force base in the United States. We've had militaries from around the world come to the United States to train, and some of them have stayed here, but we have never allowed a foreign country to have an Air Force in our country. So at this point, if you can make an excuse for this, you are a fucking traitor, and I will hear nothing else from you. Again, I cannot wait to see how y'all try to spin.
You know, I'm going to start this post by saying America has been sold. And what I mean by that is Trump has allowed the Qatari government to build a military base in Idaho on U.S. soil. And this is coming from the same government that gifted him that expensive Boeing plane that he will use as Air Force One. How is this allowed? And just imagine another president doing this. This is unheard of. People need to realize this is not normal. Number one, he accepted a foreign gift that has to be approved by Congress, but let's not go there. And now he's allowing Qatari to build a military base on U.S. soil. America's so screwed.
Hey, if you know anybody that lives in Idaho, send them this. That in exchange for the plane that Qatar gave Trump, and Pete Hegseth right here is thanking this representative of Qatar for helping with the negotiations to end the war between Israel and Palestine, he and Trump are giving them a military base in Idaho. Now listen, Idaho is like 99.999% white. And I'm not counting their indigenous people that are there. But that state is run by white people. And these white people in Idaho, it's a unique group of people, right? It's not a lot of people. It's a welfare state. And they have farming. They have some industry up there. But you know what else they got up there? They got a lot of white nationalists up there. They got people up there that hate everybody, right? They got some Christian nationalists up there. They got Klansmen, January Sixers, Proud Boys, Patriot Front, and about 50 other little offshoot groups like that. And I just want to know, how are they feeling with this announcement today that they are giving a military base to Qatar? And Hegseth here said that they're going to have F-15s up there. F-15s. It is the first foreign military base on U.S. soil. Has this helped with the price of eggs? I don't know, but if you put it together, this is from Newsweek a little while ago, and they looked at the budgets of the militaries in the world, and the ICE budget is right here. So it's bigger than a lot of other countries. You could put another 100, almost 150 countries below that. So there's ICE with, I don't know how many people they have, 25, 30,000. And it almost seems like, since ICE is outside the law, right? They're outside the law. The local police, and most of them join ICE and sheriffs and police and all that, but they have no law. That is Trump's personal army. Trump has his personal army that he has raised an army inside the United States. And so now you have three armies. You have the military, you have Trump's army, you have local police and sheriffs and all of them, and now you have a foreign country with fighter jets on U.S. soil. I don't know if the outcome of this is going to be anything good. Actually, I do. The outcome of this will be not anything good. Wow. Yeah, so send this to your people up in Idaho. Let's start hearing from them people.
Could y'all imagine if Barack Hussein Obama approved a Qatari military base right here in the United States of America? Don't y'all know that people would have lost their goddamn minds if Barack Hussein Obama approved a Qatari military base right here in the United States of America? Being a black man with a funny name was enough to be accused of being a, Muslim terrorist sleeper cell or something like that. But if he would have approved a Qatari military base right here in these United States of America, like, that would have been Armageddon. That would have been the end. There would have been an American revolution. Listen, I don't know enough about the Qatari government to accuse them of any nefarious purposes. I don't know. I'm not Islamophobic, but what I am is mediocre white boy-ophobic. You know what I mean? Like, I don't trust that Pete Hegseth is competent enough to do something this unprecedented. You know what I mean? Like, I know, we all know that Trump is less than incompetent. This is not something that should be done during his administration. And what's crazy is that if Barack Obama did this, I would have some peace of mind, because I would at least know that, they did everything in their power. They would have done their due diligence to make sure that this was a good move. But this administration could easily be played like a fiddle, man. This is not, this doesn't make me feel safe. These mediocre white boys scare the hell out of me.
We have breaking news right now. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth has announced that the Qatari government will build a Qatari Airforce facility on United States soil in Idaho.
And you wonder what the cost of that private jet was. Oh, sorry, booty call. But that was the cost of the private jet. So now, how many bases does America have around the world? It's only fair that someone else build their own base here in America. But yeah, so now we're going to have foreign troops with military bases in America. I believe if China does offer the right incentives and give the right gifts, we would have a Chinese Navy base in New York City or something, maybe LA or something, or Florida. But it's been clear that this man is available. He's willing to sell anything and everything in this country. Everything is for sale. And where my MAGA people, America military, well, now somebody else's military is coming in your land.
I think this is going to be We Told You So, episode 158. First, let's start with the hilarious one. Trump was recently in a meeting with conservative influencers. Now, if you'll remember, when Biden was in office and it was found that his administration was meeting with some left-wing influencers, MAGA was all in a huff. They're like, the DNC is paying these people. But now Trump is meeting with conservative influencers, and they don't give a shit. But during that meeting, he was given a note from Marco Rubio, and the press was actually able to zoom in and see what it said. It said, "We need you to approve a Truth Social post soon so you can announce deal first." So of course, he did announce a deal first. In that meeting, he said, "Oh, I just received a note that says we're very close to a deal." And then a couple hours later, on his Turd Social page, there is a post in the style of Trump talking about that supposed deal. And I've shown several times that with ChatGPT, it takes you 5 seconds in order to make a fake post that sounds like Donald Trump. For example, here's one I just made saying that ostriches are better than snakes and snakes are losers. Now, posts like this right here, as well as this letter from Rubio right here, means that most of the time somebody else is managing his social media. He's not the one actually writing them. So what does it say of MAGA's Lord and Savior when he can't even make his own social media posts? It's kind of like when they used to complain that Biden was using AutoPen, even though all presidents have used AutoPen. They were like, "Oh my God, Biden's in such cognitive decline, he can't sign anything." Well, apparently Trump can't even make his own social posts. And as Trump's government shutdown continues to linger because he and the Republicans don't want the Epstein files released and Trump wants no accountability as he fires thousands of people, I still see way too many clueless MAGA or maybe even bot accounts who say things like, "He's the best president ever and Democrats are a cancer." Meanwhile, we have to keep reminding these idiots that under Joe Biden, we had the lowest unemployment in 50 years, we had good GDP growth, and we had the top economy in the G7. Trump has not only managed to ruin that in just a few short months, and remember, MAGA wanted Joe Biden charged with treason when he was trying to relieve people's student loans and when Fox News falsely claimed he was coming for your gas stoves. Yet Donald Trump ruins the economy, threatens our allies, has the military attacking peaceful citizens in the street, and they don't give a shit. Cults are pretty fucked up. Because you have to realize this is Trump's America now, where a journalist who is obviously not an immigrant is thrown to the ground for no reason and arrested, and his Gestapo are following people in their cars to a school where they drop off their kids just to break into her car, throw her to the ground, and arrest her. And despite the MAGA constantly gaslighting and bending themselves into pretzels to make excuses for every horrible thing Trump does, they still cannot explain why he is going today for another routine yearly checkup when he already had one 6 months ago. Oh, and before I forget, at least now we know what that bribe was to Donald Trump from Qatar with a $400 million plane, which, yes, even right-wing influencers and people in his circle are saying it was a bribe. The President of the United States is allowing a foreign country, whom he in the past has called terrorists, to build a military base in the United States. And even many of his own people are getting pissed off at this. Laura Loomer, as fucking crazy as she is, said this is her line. Apparently not any of the other crazy shit. And you already know this is true, because Trump never does anything out of the kindness of his heart. He does it when you bribe him. This has been We Told You So. At this point, I would rather deal with Terminators.
MAGA, this is why it's not okay for presidents to receive $400 million jets from a foreign government.
Today, we're announcing, we're signing a letter of acceptance to build a Qatari-Emiri Airforce facility at the Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho.
Now, there are plenty of examples of seeing Pete Hegseth excited about something. This isn't it. Clearly, he's not thrilled about making this announcement from what appears to be his mother's basement.
Host a contingent of Qatari F-15s and pilots to enhance our combined training, increase lethality, interoperability. It's just another example of
Donald Trump making a decision that works against the best interest of the United States.
Hope you know, Your Excellency, that you can count on us.
Qatar joins a growing list of countries that knows they can count on Donald Trump more than anyone else, regardless of what they do. Putin could count on Donald Trump never following through with any threats of sanctions or consequence whatsoever. Wouldn't even go so far as acknowledge the fact that Putin invaded Ukraine completely unprovoked, despite the fact that our soybean farmers are getting wiped out because China is buying soybeans from Argentina because of Trump's failed tariff policies. Donald Trump uses $20 billion of our tax money to bail out Argentina. And then there's the fact that Donald Trump continued to use our tax dollars to fund a genocide of a country that continued to defy ceasefire orders. In addition to the almost $6 billion a year we give to Israel, who provides free healthcare and education to its citizens, while we have student loan debt out the ass, while millions of U.S. citizens are facing losing their healthcare insurance or being completely unable to afford it due to Trump's potential 112% increase on premiums.
We saw in Midnight Hammer
The largest B 2 bomber attack in American history that in no way benefited the people of the United States of America. Just more of our tax dollars pissed away on behalf of Israel, a country that would soon demonstrate how much they actually respect our country and our president by bombing Qatar without giving Trump any notice whatsoever. Again, something we're doing on behalf of a country whose name you cannot use on social media without getting flagged, without getting a warning, or without your account getting taken down. You might want to find me on other platforms because I'm not sure how much longer that country will allow me to be on this one.
welcome you to the Pentagon.
And then there's the fact Qatar is tied to 9/11 through private funding. But, Trump got a jet.
So the U.S. is building an Air Force base in Idaho, which we already have one there. But this is meant to be a training facility for Qatari pilots and training and building, some aircrafts for them and training their pilots. Now, look, we've already had a relationship with the Qataris regarding this $400 million plane that President Donald Trump is supposed to be accepting. And also it is reported that they played a crucial role in the peace deal between Hamas and Israel. So still, to this day, America doesn't have any military bases from other countries, but we do allow some countries to train some military personnel in our country. I know Singapore has something in Idaho as well. So this isn't a new phenomenon, but it is fair for the American people to question what's going on with the United States relationship with Qatar or Qatar, whatever the proper term is. But I will say, although this does seem a little fishy and it does seem like, we're letting our guards down a little bit, I am in support of this for one reason and one reason only, if this is true. If we are loosening our relationship with Israel in order to have a better relationship with another country where we don't have to have this overhead, where it seems like Israel holds us by the balls, with Qatar or Qatar, this seems more fair, where there's an even exchange, whether it's monetarily, whether it's the plane, whether it's we get, another ally in the Middle East area, like all that is fine without this overhead that Israel seems to expect from us. So if this is the reason to where we can say, Israel, we don't care anymore. Do whatever it is you're going to do. You no longer have the support in the way we've been giving it. And now Qatar or Qatar will be that for us. Then I'm kind of cool with this as long as we don't let them take advantage of us as much as Israel has. If it's some other reason besides that, I still have questions. But currently, I'm not going to get worked up over this. As of now, I don't see a reason why. So, yeah, let's just see how this...
It's going down. The empire is crumbling. I'm telling you right now. When you put idiots at the helm because of white supremacy, because you want to keep your whiteness at the top, this is what happens. America has bases across the globe, and now they're going to have a foreign base on their soil. Qatar is going to have a base in Idaho. Let's see how this plays out. You know what's funny? Islam is the religion of Qatar. They were complaining about Muslims invading the country. They don't want Zohran Mamdani becoming mayor of New York. They think he's just going to bring Sharia law to New York. But as long as you bribe the president and his administration, everything's fine. Everything's fine. You can even put a base in the country. What? And if most of Qatar is Muslim, what do you think the soldiers are going to be? So what do you think they're going to be doing on their base when they establish it in Idaho? What do you think they're going to be doing? Now, look, I am not Islamophobic. I hate all Abrahamic religions. To be honest, They all worship the same God. Fuck that God. But I want people to have the freedom of religion to worship whoever the hell they want, even if it's a genocidal maniac. Christians, Jews, Buddhists, Hindus. Also, Buddhists and Hindus are all other major religions inside of Qatar, which is also a thing here. But the white people who voted for all this, they hate everybody. But now they're letting the people you hate in, like not just in, but like a base. So like you're deporting brown people, you're deporting Mexicans, you're arresting black people for no reason. You're profiling people who just look like they're not American, but you're letting a Qatari base come into Idaho. Oh, while also like deporting Koreans who are here legally, other races who are here legally. Like, but you're letting a Qatari base be built here. It's just this.
Go from this video and I am going to ask, how great is America at this point in time? Traded a whole state for a plane. So which means he is ready to sell everybody. I don't know if it is getting better about it, because it has, since the administration started, it has never been any better. It was hard before, but now it is hardest. And the truth is that nobody knows how long this is going to last. That is how bad it is. And the truth is that some people are still out there being stupid and silly and still praising this administration and saying this is what I voted for, even when majority of them do not understand the disadvantages of the things he is doing and how bad majority of the things he is doing are very detrimental to United States. Stock market, boom. Tariff, boom. Business, boom. I saw a video of somebody saying within how many days I have lost 200 and something thousand US dollars. That is to a common, ordinary person, not a very rich, like, I won't say common, because 280,000, 200 and something US dollars is a whole lot of money. Don't tell me it's not. It's a whole lot of money. I don't even want to say it for a number, because it's not everybody that can afford even 10,000 US dollar in their accounts now with the whole the economy is. So for somebody to lose 200 and something thousand US dollar, for me, it's too much. Within how many days? And thanks to the almighty man that you guys said he is this is who you wanted to be the president, and he is now the president. And I am going to ask, how far? The worst part is that the people that know nothing about how this man got into office are also going through it. They are also having a hard time. And some people will sit there and tell you that it's all good, it's all okay. You and I know it's not okay. It's that bad. And now, Idaho is now another, how he even traded Idaho to it's just something I do not know. But it is what it is. And before you know what is going on, it's another story. It's every day you wake up, you don't even know what you are expecting, because there is always a breaking news. Not even a good breaking news, a horrible breaking news that will keep you in shock. Like, how is this man doing this? And I am going to tell every one of you, I have been saying this and I will keep saying it. This man is too old to comprehend some certain things. Majority of the things he does are very questionable, because he is not the one making these decisions. But who am I? I am just an ordinary person talking. But you and I know that. But I will keep it at that. Every one of you stay safe, because at this point in time, I am also tired and in shock of some of the things you and I wake up to. Bye for now.